What's going on, Internet? Andrew Huang here again for LPX Studios. Just bringing you guys my reaction to the official announcement of the Samsung Galaxy S6 from Samsung's press event that just happened today, actually. I first got to excuse if there's any background noise, music, because my parents are literally in the living room watching a music program, but I cannot wait to make this video, so I'm making it now. Now, before I continue, I did a live commentary / live reaction to the entire press conference, which I will link down in the description below, as well as a video thing up here. But that's going to be in my behind the scenes channel. But if you want to check out the full press event, you can go there. By God, I'm going to tell you this, guys, right now. I'm gonna be broke. But let me just go over some of the quick highlights of what they talked about. So some of the stats on it. So I don't remember on the top of my head the exact stats, but they were pretty much saying a processor's faster, better RAM, so you're getting more performance, but at the same time you're getting more power and more efficiency. So you're getting better battery life, but at the same time you're getting much more performance. And I think at one point they're saying 20% more processing power, but 35% less power consumption. And the RAM too is they switched from a DDR3 to DDR4, which is going to increase its performance by 80%. That's what they said on their line. Now, I'm not a big guy on the specs, but I build computers, and just them telling me that stuff, great. Because I can tell you right now, the Samsung Note 4 is a beast. It is awesome. And I think this is quite the benchmark phone. But now the Galaxy S6 is out, those numbers have now surpassed the Note 4. I mean, it's crazy how fast they're developing these phones. But what else is good? Pretty much, what does that entice? It's going to be very responsive. And on top of that, they announced another Gear VR for the S6 specifically. So from the images I saw, from what they briefly showed, it looks like it's meant for the S6 device and won't fit the Note 4, but that means I'm going to have to buy another unit. But what this is going to solve, the heating issue doesn't get solved by changing this unit. It gets solved by fixing the issues on the phone. And by God, they fixed it. Hopefully they fixed it, because what they're showing here, it's going to run more efficiently, run faster, but run more effectively and better power consumption. So what's another cool thing? Well, as expected, there's the regular S6 and then the S6 Edge, which is not one edge but two. So it's edge-to-edge display. And for what it seems, it's not going to be uncomfortable to hold like the Note Edge was, where they wrapped the display around, but not 100%, but they wrapped it, and then they left some real estate space on the side so you can still hold on to it and make it feel natural. And they actually did something very sensible with the Edge displays. Instead of just using like the little icons for quick links or anything, they say that there's going to be 5 colors that you can associate with the Edge, and you can go ahead and assign a color to a specific contact per se. And so when the phone is upside down, it's going to glow that color. So let's say it's my mom and I'm going to assign her blue. The edges will glow blue to let me know that there's a phone call coming in from my mom, or there's a text message. But let's say that there's a call. This is a cool function that I really thought was kind of cool. You can assign a quick text, like a quick reply text that you might want to send to a certain individual if you know you're receiving a call from them. So what it does is, while the phone is upside down, let's say you're in the middle of a meeting and you see it glow whatever color, all you have to do is put your hand over the heart rate sensor, because at the same time it acts as the fingerprint scanner. You put it there and it knows that it's you, and it's going to go ahead and send a reply. Hey, I'm in a meeting right now, I'll give you a call back later. That thing is very subtle but very cool, and I really appreciate their effort in that. What else? There is wireless charging built into it, and for those of you who are familiar with that technology, let me just go ahead and what's the technology? Yeah, it has WPC and PMA built into it, so it's actually compatible with a lot of the pre-existing wireless charge bases, so cords may not become an issue for you guys. But while we're on the charging issue, they apparently increased the charge time significantly. So what do they say here? They said that 10 minutes of charge will equate to about 4 hours of full usage of the phone, which is pretty ridiculous. And the full charge time Because right now, because remember how Apple released their like lightning cable and everything, so they made the charge times quick? Well, according to Samsung's statement, their charge time from 0 to full is half the time as the iPhone 6 is. So, win. Now this time around too, that's what's different is they've apparently gotten rid of the whole removable battery business. So it's now officially built into the phone like some of the other providers out there. They defended this position because they decided that the technology has gone far enough that they can deem that, alright, they don't need a removable one anymore because we made the battery efficient enough. And in my mind, that's fine because I've never really had to take out the battery. The only reason why I really took off the cover was to put the new SD card in. And on memory, guys, they finally jumped on to the bandwagon and they made 3 different memory settings. So it's not 16, 32, 64. No, it's 32, 64, and 128. Now they didn't show the prices at the event, but I'm pretty sure those prices are gonna be quite a little bit high. But hey, it's nice to have a base memory. I mean, I'm happy with my standard 32 that I got from the Samsung Note 4, but if I can go get a 128 gigabyte without having to worry, that's awesome. And on top of that too, they're implementing a new type of solid state memory, a flash-based memory, which is more efficient than the one that's currently existing on the phone too. So on top of the processor, RAM, and now the memory, this thing should run beautifully. Now, unfortunately, I'm not the big reviewer guy, so I'm not out at the event right now. I'm playing with this, I can give you an honest review, but from what I saw, guys, this thing's gonna be awesome. And let me swing back to the Gear VR thing. So my other thing why this is going to be an immediate upgrade, and I know I'm going to buy this because they've increased the pixel density. Meaning, I thought the Note 4 display was beautiful and it's Quad HD, but they made it even more beautifuler. I know it's not a word, but they made it better. They said here they increased the pixel density by 11%. And for those of you who don't really quite appreciate that, or who don't have the Gear VR, when you're looking at the Gear VR, it magnifies the image like a lot. So you're zooming into the picture, so you kind of see the pixels. And from the images that they showed, they almost eliminated those pixel lines. Meaning, so virtual reality's one little problem that they had all this time is called the screen effect, meaning like it looks like you're looking through a screen door. But they almost eliminated that with the Note 4, and now they're increasing the display on this thing. Oh, I feel like it's game over. I mean, the Retina display is nice, but I'm sorry. Now, let's talk about the actual design and the body of it. So they pretty much, it looks like they went metal. They're going with the quality now. So it's got a metal body now. And it comes in several colors. I didn't write them all down, but looks like it's available in gold, white, black, green, and blue right now. And that's actually like the entire thing. And if you watch the press event video, it's quite reflective, and I actually dig the view. Now, a lot of people are probably going to say, I know they're going to say, oh, they just copied the iPhone 6 design. Alright, and that might be so for the S6, but the S6 Edge, I'm sorry, Apple is now behind Samsung in the design aspect, in my opinion. So when it comes to Apple World in August or September, and they're like, here's our curved Apple iPhone. Well, sorry, you guys aren't first anymore. You're behind. And whatever, you want to talk to me about, you know, well, they're the perfectionists, whatever. Samsung is constantly upgrading their machines to be better. And they're already done it. I mean, now let's look at the camera. I was really impressed by the camera as well, too, because like the first half of the presentation for the camera, they were talking about it, and it ended up being the front camera. So for those of you who are camera buffs, it apparently has an f1.9 lens in there, which allows in a lot more light. So when you're in low light situations, it can take better pictures. And they did a whole side-by-side comparison with the iPhone 6 Plus with the S6 camera, and from the looks of it, guys, it looks good. What else has come with? 16 megapixel camera for the front. Video quality has gone up. It can absorb 60% more light, so when you're in a low light situation, that's perfect for you. Another feature that I'm kind of questioning on is they're saying that the camera will always be on standby, meaning It's mainly for those who really want to do like the whole quick snapping picture, because what this is going to do is you just tap home. So how this is going to work is you just double tap home and automatically the camera pops up so you can go ahead and take a quick snap. It being on standby, that's great, but for me, I'm kind of iffy on having the camera on all the time, technically speaking, but that's just me. But hey, it's a nice function that they thought of. I mean, you got other things like image stabilization, object tracking. They have like a simple touch interface for the camera, so it's almost like they're almost trying to make this thing professional grade. So this is really cool. Now, one last thing that I want to talk about is the Samsung Pay, which is pretty much in direct comparison to the Apple Pay. Now, what's a little bit different with the mentality that they went with is that not only is it NFC based, because the one thing that was downplayed about the NFC payment was only about 10% of retailers have adopted that. So that means 9 out of 10 retailers won't accept Apple Pay if it's just NFC. But Samsung took it a step further and incorporated a thing called MST, which is pretty much going to allow you to use any credit card machine with the phone. So how they were demonstrating was you have your card information on there, you go ahead and use your fingerprint, your biometric screen to unlock the card, and then you simply tap your phone next to the credit card machine and it will accept it. How that works, I don't know, but I'm assuming it's got something to do with the sensors in the phone talking with the sensors in the magnet strip, the card reader. So people, this is crazy. This is like hacker stuff going on right now for everyday people. And one thing that they wanted to emphasize was that they were not going to hold any card information in Samsung. So if Samsung got hacked ever, they don't hold your card information. Now, how that actually works is going to be up to debate, but what they were saying that the card information is going to be held with the card company. So you have an MX on your phone, well, that data is secured by a token through MX. So that's going to be up to the individual credit card companies to secure information. But one last thing they just talked about was for security was a thing called Samsung Knox, which I know is a knockoff of Fort Knox, but apparently like they're ranked one of the highest secure mobile devices right now. So let's see actually how that pans out later this year. But this is exciting stuff, folks. Now, other than the phone and the Gear VR, I am sorry to announce that they did not announce a new Samsung Gear S. So the Gear S2 is not quite out yet. But hey, who knows? Like they might announce something like literally right when Apple does. So let's give Samsung time. But guys, I'm getting a new phone. It's gonna come out. They said I think April 10th. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's gonna be available April 10th. I'm gonna pre-order it. I mean, I already told my family. It's like, all right, every one of you is getting an S6, and then I'll order another Gear VR to like. But guys, between me having to get the iPhone, the Apple Watch, now the S6 Edge, and the new Gear VR, this is gonna be this might be quite impossible for me. So if you'd like to assist me in trying to do a proper review on one of these things, please go ahead and visit my GoFundMe page down in the description link below. But guys, this is an exciting time for technology. Like, it's now progressing forward so much, and now I'm more excited that the virtual reality is starting to become a little bit more mainstream now. So it's a very cool time. One last thing I want to point out was the metal that they used for the S6. They said that it was 50% stronger, and they were boldly, and then on top of it being with Gorilla Glass 4, they're saying that it won't bend, and that was a little of a nod towards the iPhone 6 bending. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a ton of now bend tests coming out when the phone comes out. I personally won't do it, but guys, even the Note 4 won't bend, and Note 3 didn't bend, so I'm pretty sure the S6 will be just fine. Well guys, if you guys can't tell from the excitement in my voice, I am very happy with this announcement. The design, I'm not a fan of the S6 design, but I like the S6 Edge's design, so I'm sold on that phone. So whether you agree with me or not, please go ahead and let me know with a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a comment down below. And I'll be more than happy to talk to you more about these devices. But once again, if you want to check out the full press event, just hit the link in the description box and you'll be led there. And before you go, if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more content and to join the ever-growing community that we're fostering here. And if I don't see you in the next video, thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this little quick info session. But hopefully, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.
It's the video file that you guys want to view. You have pretty much one of 4 options to view the video from. So you can either choose home theater, which looks like this, and in this all explored, there's my door. And yeah, I'm always so impressed by this, just because from what you guys are seeing, it just looks like a standard look small 2D image, but it's so immersive. This is awesome. But on top of this, you want to go bigger scale, so you can just go to cinema theater, and boom, you're literally sitting in the movie theater now. It literally feels like